Championship Wrestling action. Boy, today we've got Kevin Dillinger in here. Kevin still trying to begin climbing that ladder of success today against the thumper, Frankie Lancaster. That'll get us going today. Mike Davis, the New York Brawler, and the New York Brawler will be here a little bit later on. The Soul Taker is here today. Dirty White Boy is here. We'll be telling you more about the situation in which Lawler regained the Unified World title and more words about that rather stunning incident that happened afterwards. Superstar Bill Dundee has issued a challenge you will find interesting, and we'll try to talk to Chris Champion about that bad blood between him and Mike Davis. We got a bunch to go. Let's get it underway. We'll see you back here in just a moment. The thumper, Frankie Lancaster, in the ring right now, waiting for action here against Kevin Dillinger. Dillinger, oh, well, what's Kevin got this time? It's like, oh, my goodness. First it was football, world's greatest football player, then the world's greatest baseball player. Let me guess, you're also a great bowler.
Yes, sir, and I'm a happy man. I got two things to be happy for.
All right, what are they?
I just bowled my 12th perfect game of 301, and today I'm going to win my first match on TV.
Wait a minute. How did you bowl 301?
You think anybody bowl 300 and lose?
Oh, come on. Boss winner.
My plane's a little late getting in this morning. I'm running a little late, but I've been watching this young man for a couple of weeks, and I just wanted to come out here and tell you, brother, you're going to be a champion. But you need one thing.
What?
You need one thing. You need the old boss by your side to take care of these people like Calhoun that'll steal a match from you, man. You need the old boss. With me by your side, the world championship will be ours, baby. Take me and we'll win it all. Tell him, Dave, the greatest manager in professional wrestling.
You're telling him, boss. I'm not getting into this.
Talk about this. Put the bowling ball down. Let's take this chump out. Start our rise to the top. Let's
So
go.
you're going to stay in his corner this time, even though you're not officially hired, right?
Officially the new manager of Mr. Dillinger.
All right. Well, the teaming of Boss Winter and Kevin Dillinger. And again, Kevin is winless. He has not won since he's been in the CWA. Every week he comes out here talking about what a great athlete he is. Bowl 301. Oh, yeah. 12 games, he said, I think. Boss Winter in the corner with him. I almost hesitate to point out Boss Winter's record as a manager. It's not much better than Kevin's as a wrestler. But they're together. Boss Winter in the corner of Kevin Dillinger. Dillinger moving Frankie Lancaster. Lancaster a favorite. Boss says working already.
I'm telling you, Dave, with me by this young man's side, there's no telling where we may go. No telling.
Well, I guess that's true, boss. Let's just see what happens. Frankie Lancaster, whoa, fired into the rope, but nice move coming off of there. Look at the reversal as Frankie Lancaster. Oh, goodness. Did Lancaster move or not, huh? Kevin Dillinger had himself set. Thought he was gaining the advantage in the match. But then Frankie Lancaster put him down on the mat. Boss Winter over in his corner. Not being much help so far. Kevin back into action against Frankie Lancaster. Lancaster out of Tampa, Florida. I think most of you are familiar with it. Off the ropes. Kevin Dillinger puts him on the mat. This time Lancaster lets him go by a couple of times. And then grabs that arm and rolls him right down to the mat. Dillinger stunned by the whole thing. Once again, he thought the momentum was in his favor. Well, it wasn't. Now Boss Winters with a couple of words of advice to winless Kevin Dillinger. Lancaster grabs that left arm, puts the twist on it, and bends the hand back toward Dillinger. Kevin, not in a good position to take an advantage here. You see that open hand. He is thinking hair pulling. Lancaster going to try to throw him, but Dillinger sets. Whoa! He's going to try what Lancaster did. Look at this. Frankie around behind, atomic knee drop. Mr. Dillinger simply finds himself flying through the air. Frankie Lancaster has Dillinger on the mat, and it's Lancaster's advantage. Dillinger now back up on his feet. Dillinger sits down across the back of the neck of Frankie Lancaster.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Dave. The guy has got flashes of brilliance. With me by his side, hey, there's no telling. Lawler can watch out. He can look out. It's all over.
Flashes of brilliance. Pretty well put there, boss. The flashes don't last very long, though.
60, baby. The groundhogs can deliver his mail now, yeah.
The words from Boss Winter about his new protege here, Kevin Dillinger. Dillinger, big right fist, down upper arm, and here comes Frankie Lancaster battling back out of the corner. Dillinger reverses him into the turnbuckles. Lancaster steps over and then nails him with a big forearm. Dillinger off the rope. Frankie snaps him back. 1, 2, and Kevin Dillinger. Even under the guidance of Boss Winter, Kevin Dillinger is unable to get that first victory. Boss, what happened?
Whip a handful of hair for the stick. That's what I'm talking about. He needs me to protect him from the thieves like Calhoun.
Well, we didn't see it that way quite, boss. I got to tell you, it looked to me like Frankie Lancaster did what he does best, and that is put those great wrestling moves on him to take the victory. Dillinger sitting in the ring, most unhappy. He has lost again. And even though he may be great at bowling, might want to hang on to that bowling ball, Kevin. Looks like maybe that is your sport. Boss still complaining that had a handful of hair. As we said, we didn't see it that way. It looked to me like it was just straight 1, 2, 3 right there in the middle of the ring as Frankie the Thumper Lancaster got the victory over Kevin Dillinger. Dillinger's still waiting to climb the ladder. We'll take a break and be back in just a moment.
Michael St. John for CWA Championship Wrestling. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. It's Thanksgiving Mega Wars, and what a card it's been signed. Opening up, tag action, Todd Morton and Freddie against the New York Brawler and Kevin Dillinger. No time limit, no disqualification, grudge battle. Chris Champion looks to get even against RPM Mike Davis. Frankie the Thumper Lancaster in action against the Rugged Soul Taker. A CWA Heavyweight Championship match. Superstar Bill Dundee gets his shot in Evansville at the belt, held by the Dirty White Boy, Dirty White Girl in his corner. The main event. You fans want to see it? The CWA has signed it for Evansville Wednesday night. Jerry the King Lawler will take on Dutch Mantell. Wildside Chris Champion up against Mike Davis on the card in Evansville.
Mike Davis, let me refresh your memory a little bit. Ronnie Gossett called my mother a liar, and he's laying in a hospital bed horizontal. That's where he's going to be for a while. Mike Davis, you call my mother a liar, and you ain't going to get away with it, because I'm not fighting for money. I'm not fighting for titles. I'm fighting for my family. And I'm going to teach you respect and a lesson of humility you're never going to forget.
The CWA Heavyweight title on the line. Dirty White Boy defends against Bill Superstar Dundee.
That's right, brother. Let me tell you something. On 400 Court Street, I'm going to give you a wrestling lesson, brother. That's right. It'll start off wrestling. If you want to turn it into a fight, that's fine, too, because I don't mind doing that. You got something I won't. And let me tell you something, little missy. If you behave like a lady, you will be treated as such. But if you jump up on the apron, try to help that idiot boyfriend of yours or whatever he is, I'm going to knock your lights out. Because, Dirty White Boy, you have something I won't. I'd like to wrestle a heavyweight champion, whether it be Jerry Lawler or Dutch Mantell. It don't matter, because this is what it's all about. It's belts and money, and that's what we're wanting, brother. And I need your belt. So if it starts off wrestling, that's fine. If it ends up in a fight, that's fine. I'm just going to come out on top, I hope. And like I told you, lady, behave like one, and you'll get treated like one. Jump up on the apron, and I'll punch you the lights out.
Thanksgiving Mega Wars, Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum, and of course the main event, Dutch Mantell against Jerry the King Lawler. We'll see you in Evansville Wednesday night.
Well, we're back here again, and we're joined by the Brawler and Mike Davis, the Rock and Roll RPM.
You know something, Dave Brown? There comes a time in every man's life when you just get so fed up with something or somebody, Chris Champion, whether you have got an attitude problem that nobody can surpass. You know, you turned your back on so many people that cared about you, so many people that loved you, so many people that worked hard to make you a superstar. And I'm talking about the fat man. And what do? You beat the fat man up. You put the fat man in the hospital. Well, you know something, Chris Champion? You had ticked me off so bad, brother. I hate your guts. You come out with your big, bad super kick. You think you're so daggum better than everybody else. Well, you're not messing with a fat man now. You are messing with a bona fide, real man in Mike Davis. And I'm going to tell you something, Chris Champion. Before it's all said and done, when the smoke clears, you're not going to super kick one more human being in the entire world. Because I want to tell you something, Champion. This is personal between me and you. I do not like you. I do not like what you stand for. You want these idiots to get behind you, to back you up. That's fine. Because, Mr. Champion, you are looking at a man who has held more belts than anybody in the country and has hurt more people and put more people in the hospital than you've ever seen. And, Champion, before it's all over, you will be laid in a hospital bed right next to the fat man, begging him to take you back.
Well, the words from Mike Davis. He heads for the ring with the New York Brawler right now. Going against T.D. Steele and Tim Hall here today in a tag team match. And Davis, boy, he is steamed. He's upset with Chris Champion. And in situations like this, we've seen two things happen. We've seen guys like Davis take it out on the opponents today. We've also seen them so mad they make mistakes. Let's see what happens as the match goes on. T.D. Steele out of Memphis, Tennessee. His partner also out of Memphis, Tim Hall. Going against from Atlanta and the Rock and Roll RPM's Mike Davis. Look at Steele. All in the other one as Mike Davis steps out of the ring. Oh, the Brawler finds himself on the mat too as T.D. Steele took him down. You know, one thing Davis failed to mention was why Chris Champion was so upset with Gossett to begin with, because he found out that Gossett was not sending the money to his mother that he was supposed to have been. Davis took up for Gossett, and Champion went after him with a super kick. T.D. Steele bounces back on his feet. Calling him over there. Mike Davis takes the tag, and he steps back in the ring. Steele has looked mighty good so far. A little more than a minute into the action. 10 minutes the overall time limit on this match. Oh, a big rolling body slam by T.D. Steele on Mike Davis. Davis holding his back, but back up on his feet.
You get out, tag him.
Davis, hey, he says, hey, go ahead and tag your partner. That's enough of you. Here comes Tim Hall. Tim, young wrestler, he's put on some weight. But still, as far as experience goes, no match for veteran Mike Davis. Look at him drive the shoulder into the midsection. Good move for Tim Hall. Now Davis fired into the turnbuckles, but then there's a mistake a youngster will make. Let's fire it in there too quickly. Mike Davis just brought that boot up and nailed him in the top of the head. Now, a double up between the Brawler and Mike Davis. Davis heads out of the ring. The New York Brawler goes to work on Tim Hall. Tim, body slam. Brawler drops down on him with the upper arm, tags Mike Davis. Tag has been made. The referee called a break, but the brawler held him up while Davis let him have it. Boom! That short clothesline. A devastating move as the guy is just springing off the ropes, and all of a sudden, there's that clothesline. That arm hung out there. 2 minutes, 35 seconds into the action. Tim Hall, victim of a clothesline again as the New York Brawler was roaring across the ring. Now the Brawler and Mike Davis have things going their way. Side kick by Mike Davis. You hear that one. All the way to the courthouse. Now Davis holds him up. The New York Brawler is back in. Tim Hall, backbreaker across the right knee. The Brawler with a cover. Count at 2, and he picks him up. Had a 2 count. Could he have held him for 3? I don't know. Probably so. But he didn't do it. He elected to try to hurt him instead. Davis grabbed him by the hair. Ran his head into the turnbuckle. Boy, Tim Hall turned around by a big right hand by the New York Brawler in the corner. Davis and the New York Brawler running wild here. Since they got Tim Hall in there, Tim started out just fine, but made a mistake that the young Redfords will make. Went into a corner too quickly. Davis immediately nailed him. There's a count of 2. And once again, the New York Brawler picks him up. They have kept him in there a long, long time. He's been in there about 3 minutes. And they have just pretty well been beaten up on him the last 2 minutes of that. Mike Davis leaves him for the New York Brawler. After the tag, the Brawler comes in. Here's Davis coming back in. And 1, 2, and 3. There wasn't much doubt but that one wrapped it up. If Davis went for the count of 3, he did. Mike Davis, a rock and roll RPM, who again is very steamed mostly at Chris Champion here today. Yeah, yelling, that's what Chris Champion's going to find out about too, as he and the Brawler leave the area after winning the match. The time, 4 minutes, 56 seconds. We will take a break. Remember, we're still going to find out about the King and his regaining the belt later today.
Michael St. John for CWA Championship Wrestling. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. It's Thanksgiving Mega Wars. Listen to the lineup. Tag action, Todd Morton and Freddie battle the New York Brawler and Kevin Dillinger. In a no time limit, no disqualification grudge match, wild side Chris Champion with a score to settle. He'll get his shot against RPM Mike Davis. Frankie, the Thumper Lancaster, in action against the Soul Taker, a wrestler that's been running roughshod throughout the area of the CWA and former Unified Heavyweight Champion. A CWA Heavyweight Championship match, superstar Bill Dundee gets his shot at the belt, held by the Dirty White Boy. Dirty White Girl will be in his corner. And the main event, the CWA has demanded it take place. You fans will get to see Jerry the King Lawler in action against Dutch Mantell Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. It's Thanksgiving Mega Wars. This great card of action, including the King against Dutch Mantell. We'll see you Wednesday night in Evansville.
Lawler a couple of times and had won the World Unified title from the King, but the King stepped back into the ring. It was in a cage. It was Soul Taker against Jerry Lawler, and here's what happened in the World Unified title match.
Control and domination over the Soul Taker. The Soul Taker furious in rage. Just tearing into Lawler like a house on fire. The Soul Taker puts Lawler down again. I've never seen it like this before. The Soul Taker just headbutted Lawler. Again, picks him off his feet. Lawler trying to get back up. The Soul Taker gone absolutely mad in here. comes down with that strap, says he's had enough, sends the big man down on the canvas. The King fired up and ready for the Soul Taker. Lawler working the Soul Taker over now down on the canvas. Picking the big man up. Big right. Just levels the man. Lawler again picking the Soul Taker up. Sends another big right in. This time, to the surprise of the King, does not put the big man down. The Soul Taker over there in the turnbuckle, choking Lawler as Calhoun trying to get the Soul Taker off of him. The Soul Taker just pushes Calhoun down to the canvas. The Soul Taker calling for Nate the Rat to come into the ring with that cane. Nathaniel Woodlock now climbing up onto the top rope. As Lawler takes him, throws him in on top of the Soul Taker. Lawler with a pin. 3, that's it. Lawler regains the unified World Heavyweight title. Jerry the King Lawler just defeated the Soul Taker and Nathaniel Woodlock for the World Heavyweight title. The Soul Taker, furious, jumps Lawler. That's the Dirty White Boy coming in here. Dirty White Boy now in there on Lawler. Along with the Soul Taker, Calhoun still calling for the bell. As Lawler comes out victorious over the Soul Taker, again, regaining the unified World Heavyweight title. Dutch Mantell in here coming in to help out Lawler. Jumps the Soul Taker and the Dirty White Boy. The Soul Taker just levels Mantell down to the canvas. Dirty White Boy in there with that cane now, working over Mantell. As Lawler leaves the ring. As the White Boy sends the Soul Taker right into the... The White Boy dropping a big leg right on top of Mantell as Lawler just took the belt off the table and left the ring area. And Frankie Lancaster and Chris Champion coming in here.
Well, you saw Lawler just leave the cage and the entire wrestling area as Dutch was in trouble there. Here comes Dutch right now. Get his comments on the situation which occurred there as Lawler, remember, did regain the belt. Dutch?
All right, I'm a man out here. I'm looking for some answers today, and I want them face to face, and I want to call Jerry Lawler out right here, right in front of me, and I want an answer to me. I want to answer to these fans why he acted the way he did. Now, I knew he was going after the Soul Taker for the world's title, and he asked me, I know he asked me to stay out of the ring. I stayed out of the ring because there was a cage there, and he said out of his own mouth, he said the cage is not to keep the Soul Taker and myself in, it's to keep Dutch out. Well, I stayed out to the conclusion of that match. Now, me and the White Boy, we got some bad blood between us. And I see him coming over here right now, and he's right over there, and he's staggering over here. And I want to ask him, I want him to step right over here. And I'm glad he came out here, because I want him to come right to my face right now, and I want him to tell me why he acted the way he did.
Well,
now, you want to know what, Dutch?
he wants to know why you acted the way you did.
Dave, you're not in this. I want to ask you.
Don't want to be.
You asked me to stay out of the ring, right? And I stayed out of the ring to the conclusion of that match. Now, is that what you meant, or did you mean something else? Stay out of it totally, or what did you mean? You think this is funny or something? You left me to the dogs, brother. I got them off you. And you left me there, and you walked right out of that cage and right around. Why did you do it, Jerry? You know, there's a thing called compassion. I come in, just maybe I thought you might get up and we might put bygones behind us and you could help me a little bit, but no. You saw fit to walk right out of that cage. You didn't even look back once you stepped out. You didn't care. And you kept going right to the back of that Mid-South Coliseum. Did you or did you not?
You know what? You said the key word there, Dutch Mantell. I didn't care. And I'm going to tell you why I didn't care, Dutch. Because you see, have you ever heard the old story about the guy that was plowing his field there and the mule stopped and the guy gets out and he gets a 2x4 and he hits the mule right in the middle of, right between the eyes there? You ever heard that old story? That's just to get his attention. Well, see, I think that's what it takes to get your attention, because I don't know how many times, I don't know how clear I have to make it. I don't know how, if I have to write it down. I don't know if you could read it or not. But what I have to do, Dutch, to get it through your thick skull that I don't want your help. I didn't ask for your help. As a matter of fact, I asked you to stay out of my business, and you constantly and continually keep sticking that nose of yours in my business where it don't belong. So you're right. By that time, Dutch, I don't care anymore. I asked... No, that's not all of my answer, Dutch. I got a little more answer to it. All I want to tell you is this. A lot of see, you hear the fans over here. Now you hear them over there, and they can't understand why you did it, Jerry. No, they do You understand why I did it, don't you? Do they understand? Why don't you turn around and help me? Because, Dutch, where is it written down? Who says that I have to help you?
Nobody says anything. I just thought, how long have I known you? 10 years, 12 years, yeah. Maybe longer. I first met you in Atlanta, Georgia. Remember the time we used to talk about it? I met you on the street. Yeah. And that's when I first met you. And then I started wrestling here, and I met you, and we used to ride together and everything else. I thought some of that would play into what happened, but obviously it didn't. I know you asked me to stay out. Now, you asked me to stay out during the whole match, which I did. I stayed out.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you. Why were you even out there to begin with? Well, now, here I am.
Like dirty whiteboard to start out with, and they were killing you, Jerry.
Wait. No, dirty white boy wasn't even out there. Dirty white boy was not even out there. I had a match. I had a cage match, and the only reason I had to ask for a cage match, Dutch, was to keep you out of the ring. Now, you know that's true. I came out here and I told everybody.
Why are you acting this way?
I'm not acting anyway, brother. I'm telling you like it is. Nothing wrong with me, Dutch. There's not one thing wrong with me. As you can see, there was something wrong with me when I didn't have this belt around my waist.
That ate you up, didn't it?
It sure did. You know why? Because you were the reason I didn't have it. And you were the man that was trying to make me keep from getting in the back again. And I had to ask for a cage match to keep you out of my match.
Let me say one thing.
And then you still come out. You still came out there and you sat right down at ringside. And I'm trying to wrestle a Soul Tiger. And I'm having to think, now what is Dutch Mantell going to do? Is he going to try to climb this cage? Is he going to try to get in here some kind of way? Why were you there, Dutch? Why were you sitting at ringside?
Because I wanted to see how you was going to handle the situation, was why I was there, and I did not come in the ring before the count. You beat him, and then the white boy jumped in there.
I guess you didn't. There was a cage.
Well, not a white boy. The door was open.
Yeah, after the match was over, and then you conveniently...
Let me tell you one thing right now. See, Lawler, you've been running around the CWA. What, you got a hot date or something? What are you looking at your watch for?
I want you to make like your head and bring this to a point.
Okay, I'm going to bring it to a point. You see, you've been sitting here in Memphis, Tennessee, over there in Germantown or wherever you got that big house. You've been sitting on a big high pedestal, and I've told you once, I've told you 100 times, you've been a very lucky man in professional wrestling. You've been spoon-fed from the bottle. And that's exactly what your problem is. And when you got to get out, and I don't know why you're acting this way toward me, and I'm bringing to a conclusion right now. Now, is that your answer? You didn't care?
My answer is this, Dutch. You're trying to come out here and make all of these people and all of these people watching believe that you and I are bosom buddies.
No,
and yeah, you are. Yes, you are. You are trying to make everybody think that we're big fans.
Outlaw right now.
You're trying to make it appear that you come to my rescue every time I need help. Are you not trying to make it? Are you not trying to say that?
No, I'm trying to get an answer out of you.
I'm giving you my answer. My answer is this, Dutch. I don't need your help. And get this clear. You and I, sure, we've known each other for a long time. We are acquaintances, Dutch. You know the meaning of the word acquaintance? That's different from the word friend.
You and I are not friends, Dutch. You're a guy that I know, okay? And when it comes down to friends, that's a whole different story. You're not my friend. You're just my acquaintance. I don't need your help. I don't want your help. Do you understand that? That's as simple as I can make it. And I don't like the way you're looking at me. And if I got to make it any clearer, how about that? Now, do you understand that, Dutch? Do you understand that real well? Do you understand it? Do you understand that?
Take a break. We'll be right back. All the goings on with Dutch and the King. Finally got him out of here during the break. Up in the ring right now, we've got Don Kelly and the Big O. And coming in with Nate the Rat as manager, the huge Soul Taker, for a handicap match.
Soul Taker is on a comeback trail. Jerry Lawler ought to be arrested for theft by taking. He stole that belt from the Soul Taker. Everybody saw it on a tape down here. He stole that belt, and they ought to put Jerry Lawler in the jailhouse for stealing it. We're going against all takers, Kerry Von Erich, Jerry Lawler, Dutch Mantell, Tracy Smothers. He's going to go all the way through every one of them. We're going to get that belt back where it belongs.
Well, you're not in the number one contender position automatically anymore, as the Soul Taker did, in fact, lose the belt. Lawler regained it. Soul Taker in the handicap match here today. Over to work on Don Kelly now.
His head make it look like a driveway.
Looked to me like he had him around the throat, too. Comeback trail, says Nate the Rat, for the Soul Taker. The former World Unified Champion. Soul Taker, whoa.
Soul Taker is going to do to Jerry Lawler right there. That man is just like Jerry Lawler.
Don Kelly pinned by the Soul Taker after Soul Taker had thrown Big O out. Well, I'll tell you what, since he's coming out here, I'll have something to say in a minute, too. Dirty white boy, dirty white girl out here with Nate the Rat and the Soul Taker.
Jerry Lawler, you couldn't beat me on your best day. You gotta rely on tricks to beat me. You use that stupid fire and all these other tricks. Well, I'll tell you something. I'll get back at you. Dutch, I hope you and Jerry kill each other, because I'm gonna kill the winner. I guarantee you that. You got this Tracy Smothers. Who is Tracy Smothers? Some idiot from the South. I don't like the South anyway. Tracy Smothers, you got the nerve to challenge the Soul Taker. Well, you bring it on down, because I'm going to give you the beating of your life. There is no law.
The Soul Taker, I did hear that. Dirty white boy, you've been challenged by the superstar, Bill Dundee.
Poor little Billy Dundee. How dare him come out here and challenge me, baby? I've worked long and hard for this title, but I tell you what, I'm not like Lawler or either other of these champions around here. I'm not a closet champion. I put this title up time and time again. Every day, if they wanted to sign the contract, I'll put it on. I beat Dutch Mantell, Kerry Von Erich, Lawler. They've lined them up, and I've beat them all. So, Dundee, get your best hold, baby. Sit them boots up good and tight, and come on after it, because I got something for you, baby.
Well, I tell you what, don't overlook him, by the way, because he is going to get...
It's easy to overlook Dundee. He's only about that big.
Hey, before you leave here, I've asked you, please, I'm tired of signing for these certified letters that keep coming to you from this woman from Georgia. If you would please handle that elsewhere. Dirty White.
What are you trying to start?
I'm not trying to start anything. I told you I'm just tired of signing for the letters there. Out of here. It's going to be Dirty White Boy against Dundee. Yeah, looks like a little trouble there, I tell you. Dirty White Boy heads for the ring. Dirty White Girl's not too thrilled about those letters. They just keep coming in, and you have to sign for those things. Some people's mail, I guess, I don't mind signing for, but I do mind signing for his. It's Freezer Thompson going against Dirty White Boy here today. Freezer, big guy, weighs in about 290. Dirty White Boy, no small champion himself. He does hold the CWA Heavyweight Championship. This is a non-title match here today. Oh, boy, Freezer just walked into a big right forearm. Dirty White Boy has successfully defended that belt on numerous occasions. But he's got a match coming up against the superstar. Oh. Dirty White Girl, a whip, smacking Freezer Thompson while he's out of the ring down on the floor. Dirty White Boy drops down. He got him with a doubled right fist as he was coming off the ring apron. Now back into the ring. Freezer backed into the ropes. Dirty White Boy fires him into the ropes across the way. Whoa, my goodness. Got him up in the air and dumped him right there in the ring. Dirty White Boy from around behind. Thompson hits the mat, bounces, count of 1, 2. Dirty White Boy, well, he doesn't play around with it today. He makes that 3 count stick as he's dealing with the very large Freezer Thompson. 1:31 the time, and Dirty White Boy is going to walk out of here with a victory, but also with a somewhat unhappy Dirty White Girl, I think.
That's the reason, baby. And you quit trying to cause something.
Not trying to cause anything. Just telling you the facts and giving you your mail, which I had to sign for. We'll take a break. We're still going to be talking to Chris Champion a little bit later on. Stay with us for that.
CWA Championship Wrestling, Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. The card, Thanksgiving Mega Wars on Thanksgiving Eve. The matches, Todd Morton and Freddie, tag team action against the New York Brawler and Kevin Dillinger. And a big grudge battle with no time limit and no disqualification. You'll see Wildside Chris Champion against RPM Mike Davis. Frankie the Thumper Lancaster against the Soul Taker. CWA heavyweight title match. Bill Superstar Dundee goes after the belt of the Dirty White Boy. Dirty White Girl, of course, in the corner. And the main event, Jerry the King Lawler will go up against Dutch Mantell. A lot of blood, a lot of bad blood flowing there. Jerry?
Yeah, you know what? I want to ask you, do you recognize me, Michael?
Yes, sir.
Who is it?
Jerry the King Lawler, World Unified Champion.
I'm wondering if some of these fans out here are having trouble recognizing me. You're right. Jerry the King Lawler, without a doubt, the most popular wrestler that's ever wrestled in this area, and have been busting my butt up and down these roads and in and out of these arenas for years for these fans. But now all of a sudden, I have to slap the taste out of Dutch Mantell's mouth because I tell him to stay out of my business and he can't listen. And now some of these people are getting on my case. Well, let me tell you something. I just can't understand it. I want to say this, not to my fans, which there are hundreds of thousands of them out there. You ignore this. But you other people, you other idiots that are getting on my back, you better get off of it because you're signing Dutch Mantell's death warrant. And when I get through with you, Dutch, you're going to be sucking soup through a straw for Thanksgiving.
Lawler, you picked a real good night to come to Evansville, the night before Thanksgiving, and that's a Wednesday night, and I'm going to tell you what, my jaw and my ear is still ringing from that big, massive slap you give me right here on TV. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to step in the ring with you. Now, yeah, you told me to stay out of your business, and I got in it. And you told me to mind my own business, but I didn't. I should have listened. But when I came in the ring, the big deal, Lawler, is you left me there. You left me all alone by myself. Now, we're going to step in the ring in Evansville, me and you, and I'm going to guarantee you one thing. I'm going to be the last guy you slap for a long time.
Rock and Roll RPM Mike Davis had his say about things a few minutes ago, and as we promised, Chris Champion, we would like to give the opportunity to say a few words about the situation between him and Davis. And Ronnie P. Gossett, of course, Gossett laid up in the hospital now, thanks to Chris Champion. Gossett, I don't want to say he was stealing the money, but something happened to it. And it wasn't where it was supposed to be. Chris Champion.
Hey, how you doing, David? Good to see you. Mike Davis, I want to refresh your memory a little bit from last week. Good old Ronnie Gossett, he's laying horizontal in a bed tube stuck in him. That's where he's going to stay. He called my mother a liar, and you see what happened to him, Mike Davis. Well, last week on TV, you made the same mistake. You could talk about me, you could talk about my brother, but you don't mess with my mother who bore me in pain. And that's what you're going to be feeling, Mike Davis. There's plenty of pain from CC, because ain't nobody going to walk but CC on the wild side. And I'm going to tell you all people a few little more things about Mike Davis. Never in my life have I ever seen a man that could cause so much pain and anger in my heart as to talk about my mother. Ronnie Gossett ripped my mother off. I sent him half my check home for my mother. And now she's sitting there with no bills. She can't pay her bills. My brother's having to work 2 jobs to support my mother down there.
Chris, let's interrupt just for a second. Let's take a look at some action that happened at the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum right here.
Okay, Dave, let's do that.
Dundee with a big right to Brooklyn Waller. Ricky Morton up and over the top rope. Dundee in there with a count of 2. Here comes Chris Champion in here. All over Mike Davis and the Brooklyn Brawler. Referee Clayton Well calls for the bell to be rung. Champion in here.
Chris, there it was. I know there was some satisfaction with that super kick you got on him.
That's right. Mike Davis and the Brawler. That's a taste of what you're going to get. I'm going to show you a little taste of what you're going to get right now.
Chris on his way to the ring right now. Keith Eric is up there. And as we said about Davis as he went to the ring a little bit earlier, he was steamed. He was mad at Chris Champion. And I think in some way he did take it out on his opponent. Champion, most unhappy with Mike Davis and Ronnie P. Gossett. Davis had no business doing what he did. The problem was between him and Gossett, but then Davis stuck his nose into it, so now he's got to pay. They've got a match coming up. Keith Eric, yeah, happy, celebrating with Boss Winter. Things are going his way. Whoop, what happened, Keith? Chris Champion, whoa, look at it. That big drop kick. And Keith Eric down on the floor. Boss Winter. I don't know how much advice he had for him there. I think he just said, hey, you got to get back in there, Keith. Eric, back through the ropes. Chris Champion from the wild side with a knee lift. Double forearm across the back. Look out, Keith Eric. Head rammed into the turnbuckle. Champion grabs him again, sends him across the ring the other way. Right fist by Chris Champion. He's yelling, come on, Davis, bring it on. Keith Eric taking a beating here from Chris Champion. That head hits the mat. And Champion is looking for Boss Winter. Hey.
Dave, I'm not an athlete. Why are they coming at me all the time? I'm a brain. I'm a brain.
Yeah, well, stay out of the action, and he'll stay away from you. Keith. Oh, with a headbutt.
This is exactly why I've accepted Keith Eric into my stable. Keith Eric is the sleeper of the 1990s, one of the greatest athletes of the next decade. You heard it here, baby.
Heard it from Boss Winter, the man who is also signed with Kevin Dillinger. Shoulders down, but not for a 3 count. Boss Winter screaming at the referee about a slow count. Chris Champion sits down on Keith Eric. Champion with a cover. Oh, he doesn't go for the 3 count. He picks Eric up. Yelling, come on, Davis. Bring it on, Davis. Watch this, Davis, he's saying. Keith Eric reverses him back into the corner, but there's a knee lift and another one from Chris Champion. Eric moves out of the way. Champion's elbow hits nothing but the mat. Eric springs that leg, puts a twist. Keith Eric drops down. Chris Champion grabs him around the neck. Now goes to work on it with the right hand. Yeah, Boss Winter's complaining that he's using the fist. He is using the fist, Boss. You are absolutely right on that count. 2.5 minutes gone. I beg your pardon. 2 minutes 45 seconds gone. As Chris Champion works on Keith Eric. These two have had a battle. Chris, I believe, thinking as much about Mike Davis as he is the match at hand. Keith Eric moves out of the way, and Champion went into the turnbuckle. Got a 1 as Keith Eric had the shoulders down. A reversal by Eric. Champion leaps over. There again, that super kick. Count of 1. 2. This one's over. 3 count. And Chris Champion has the win. It's Mike Davis and the New York Brawler. They jumped Chris Champion. Davis grabbing a chair. They're using the chair on that leg, on the right leg of Chris Champion. Mike Davis using a folding metal chair on Chris Champion. Boss Winter and Keith Eric just walking out of here, just leaving him there. Then we get him some help. Yeah, here comes Frankie Lancaster and King Cobra. And there go Mike Davis and the New York.
There is living proof right there. He won't super kick another human being.
Mike Davis and the New York Brawler. We'll take a break. We'll be back here in just a moment. Today, if so, you saw Kevin Dillinger come in here still reaching to climb the ladder of success. Today, trying to climb the ladder with a bowling ball and claiming that he was a great bowler and didn't make any difference because he climbed into the ring. Boss Winter said, hey, I want to take this wrestler under my wing. He's going to be a champion of the future. And Dillinger went in and lost. He lost to Frankie Lancaster and still is winless in the CWA. Mike Davis, New York Brawler, got that victory here today. The Soul Taker won a handicap match, and the Dirty White Boy won his match here today. Situation between Mike Davis and Chris Champion still mighty unsettled. Be looking for that in arenas around the territory. And also, this incident which occurred earlier today, it's still unsettled between them. Talking about Dutch Mantell and Jerry Lawler. Here's what happened.
And I don't like the way you're looking at me. And if I got to make it any clearer, how about that? Now, do you understand that, Dutch? Do you understand that real well? Do you understand it? Do you understand that?
Announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.
distance, coming into the ring. Jerry the King Lawler.